Welcome my dear students. Today we are going to be learning about components and containers. Okay, this is a very important topic. Already I told in the last class. This question is asked in 2018 and 19. You just verify your previous question paper. Let us see. A swing graphical user interface consists of two key items. So this swing graphical user interfaces consist of two key items, that is components and containers. Let us see the difference between two is found here. Okay, a component is an independent visual control. What is a component? A component is an independent visual control such as push button or text field. Whatever the controls you are using, independent controls you are using, that independent control is treated as a component. Okay, visual controls, visually it is displaying, right, those controls you are interacting. So here example as given as a push button or text field, push button or text field. Okay, a container holds a group of component. Then what does a container will holds? A container can hold group of component. As we know, your browser is a container. If in your container you can place a set of components, right? Thus a container is a special type of component. Please observe here, the container is treating as a special type component that is designed to hold other component. Okay, here the clearly gives it is a web browser. It is a browser. It browser holds set of components. Set of components means whatever the controls you are using, that is designed to hold other component. Special type container, containers are special type components. Components means it will hold other components. So it is a treating as a component, it can hold other component. Other component means it will places. Okay, that is the exact definition we have discussed till now. Furthermore, in order for a component to be displayed, it must be held within a container. If you want to handle any component, that component must be displayed within a container itself only. Without in a container, you can't display the component. Thus, all swing graphical user interfaces will have at least one container. If you are using swing graphical user interfaces, it at least consists of one container. Okay, now we'll see, because all swing because containers are components, a container can also hold other containers. Why it is like that means container can holds components, components can container can also holds other container. So it is a place where we are holding your components, and also it holds the other components. Okay, this enables swing to define what is called a containment hierarchy. By using this, it enables swing to define what is called a containment hierarchy. Now we will see whatever the containment hierarchy. Containment means your component hierarchy. What is the highest level components and what is the lowest least level components at the top, which must be a top level container. So here you are identifying which is the top level container. Okay, so in the next slide we will see. So this is the difference between components and containers. Okay, now here we are seeing your components. In general, swing components are derived from J component class. So where you are deriving these swing components are deriving from the J component classes. Hence J component provides the functionality that is commonly to all components. So this J component provides the functionality that is common to all components. Okay, if it is all components, then functionality that is common to all component is possible. For example, J component supports pluggable look and feel. So as we know, what is a J component supports pluggable look and feel, as we are told what is a pluggable and look and feel, right? J component inherits AWT classes. Your J component inherits AWT classes, containers and component. It also inherits the features of AWT classes, components and containers. Thus, swing component is built on and compatible with an AWT component. So, if you are running the swing component, means it is running on the top of your AWT component itself only. Okay, if you are running swing component, means it is running on the top of AWT component or container itself only. All the swing components are represented by class defined within the package javax.swing. So, if you are working with swing component classes, then in our program we must use some packages. What is the package we have to import? We have to suppose to import java x.swing. Java x.swing is a very important package you have to use in your swing component classes. Okay, now here the table shows swing component. Please give more attention. Right, I'm enlarging. Now you are seeing now this j applet. If you are writing the applet program by using swings, then you have to write j applet, j button. If you are using the button component, it must be j button. If you are using the checkbox, it must be j checkbox. If you are using checkbox menu item, that is j checkbox menu item. If you are using color chooser, it must be a j color chooser. If you are using combo box, it must be a j combo box. If you are using component, it must be j component. If you are using desktop pane means desktop panel, so it must be j desktop pane. Okay, if you are using dialog box, then it must be j dialog. If you are using editor pane, then it is a editor panel, j editor panel. If you are using file chooser, it must be j file chooser. If you are using formatted text field, then it must be j formatted text field. So these are the classes we are going to be using. J frames. So frame is a location where it holds multiple components. Okay, j internal frame, it is also internal frame. And j label, if you want to give the labels, you have to use j label class. If you want to give the layer, you have to use j layer, j layered pane, layer pane. If you hold the different layers, then it has to use j layered pane. And if you want to use the list box option, then you have to use j list control. If you want to create menu, then you have to use j menu component. If you want to create the menu bar, j menu bar component. Menu item, j menu item. J option pan, j panel. J password field, you are observing here j password field. Password field means a text box. Okay, j pop-up menu will come. J progress bar will come. J radio button, you are using radio buttons. J radio button menu item, j radio button with menu item will be appears. And j slider will come. J spinner will come. Right, all these are the components of swings. Whatever the swings you are using as a AWT, it is similar to your AWT, but it uses j classes, j component classes. Okay, j must be added for your components. Okay, so here the j tree, j text pane, j text area, and all these are the components it has suggested in this slide. Clear? So these are the components and these are the slides, sorry, these are the containers we are going to be using here. So in displaying table, it consists of some of the lightweight component and some of them are heavyweight component. Here the heavyweight components are your menu bar and menu frames, j frames. All these are the heavyweight. And rest are some of them are j tree, j views point, j window. All these are the heavyweight component. And rest are some of lightweight components. Okay, now we will see containers. Till now we have learned components. Now we will see containers. Okay, so let us see what is a container. Yes, now swing defines two types of containers. The first are top level containers. Please observe, already in the table in the last we have tabulated in this. Already we have told some of the heavyweight, some of the lightweight. In this, it consists of heavyweight containers as well as lightweight containers. That defines in this slide what are the containers we are using. The first are top level containers. There are j frame, j applet, j window, and j deluxe. What are the top level containers? The top level containers are j frame, j applet, j window, and j dialog box. Okay, these are the top level containers. Those are j frame, j applet, j window, and j dialog. J frame, j applet, j window, and j dialog. Okay, these containers do not inherit j components. These containers doesn't inherit your j component. Okay, they do however inherit the AWT classes components and container. These j frame, j applet, j window dialogs are inheriting the classes of AWT AWT components and containers. The top level containers are heavyweight. Whatever the top level containers we are using, they are the heavyweight. A top level container is not contained with any another container. This heavyweight container doesn't contains with any another container. That what exactly I told you. Nested container, right? Heavyweight container can be placed low, it can be hold lightweight containers, but lightweight containers cannot hold heavyweight containers, right? So that is the thing I have told in the previous slides. The one most commonly used for application is J-frame. For any software, so we must use this J-frame component. This is one used for applets in JApplet. These frames are used, this frames concept can be used in your applet classes. Okay, the second type of container supports by Swing is the lightweight containers. What is the second type of container supports? The second type of container supports by Swing is the lightweight container. That is a lightweight container, it will be available. Okay, the second type of container supported by Swing is the lightweight container. That is lightweight container. As we know in the first point, it is a heavyweight container. Now we will see lightweight container. Lightweight container do inherit J component. If you are using the lightweight component, then the container, they are inheriting J component classes. Example of lightweight containers are here mentioning as J panel, J scroll pan and J root pan. Here the lightweight containers are J panel. If you are using the panels, then with J panel, as we know, it will hold a group of controls, right? It can hold a group of control. Jo scroll pan means just like as in a scroll bars. So this scroll pan is also one of a lightweight container. And J root pan, and root pan indicates hierarchical structure, hierarchical directory structures. So it is acting J root pan. Lightweight containers are often used to collectively organize and manage group of related components. By using these lightweight containers, it often used to collectively organize and manage group of related components. Okay, group of related components can be managed by using with these lightweight components, right? What happened? Yes. Now, layout manager. As we have learned layout manager in the last session, this is a very important topic. Here also it is a very important topic. I already told you which question is asking. We do not know. It may be any layout, either applet layout or Swing layout. Okay. As we know, what is a layout manager? Layout manager controls the position of component. What is the purpose of a layout manager? Layout manager controls the position of components within a container. Within a container, it will position your component. Okay. Java offers several layout manager. As we know, most are provided by the AWT. So whatever the layout you are using, it will be provided by the AWT. But Swing adds a few of its own. Even though we are using AWT layout managers, but Swing also having some few layout of its own. All layout managers are instance of a class. If you're using these layout managers, these layout managers are instance of a class implements the layout manager interfaces. Okay, here a list of a few of layout managers available to the Swing programmers. Swing programmers consist of a list of layout managers. Let us see what are those. First one is a flow layout, a simple layout that position component left to right, top to bottom, position component right to left, and for some cultural setting. So the default setting is a flow layout. This flow layout, whatever the control you are placing in the container, it will be left to right or top to bottom, and also even you can change the position by setting some of its settings. Okay, you can change the position from right to left by setting some of its positions. And next one is border layout. Position components within the center on the borders of the container. It gives the position components within the center. So whatever the component you are placing, it will be center position of the container. Okay, this is the default layout of the content pane. So if you are using the content pane, then what is the default layout? This is the border layout is the default layout. And grid layout, as we know, layouts out component within a grid. So grid means rows and columns, right? In the rows and column wise, the components can be arranged. Grid bag layout, as we know, lays out different size component within a flexible grid. Grid bag layout is also consist of a different size component with a flexible grid. By using the flexible grid, it is possible. Next one is box layout, lays out component vertically or horizontally within a box. Okay, so box layout also gives components vertically or horizontally within a box. Within a box, it can be either horizontally or vertically. Next one is a spring layout, lays out components subjected to a certain set of constraints. Here the new you are seeing is box layout as well as a spring layout. These are the few own layout managers of swing component. Okay, so let us see border layout. Border layout is implements a layout style that defines a file location. Border layout will specify file location to which a component can be added. Whatever the component you want to add in a border layout can specify file locations. The first is the center. As we know, the first one is the center, the other four sideds are borders. So as we know, the borders north, east, south, west, right, which are called north, south, east, west. And next one is a flow layout. Flow layout are components one row at a time, top to bottom. So by using this flow layout, components one row at a time, top to bottom is possible. When one row is full, layout is moved to the second row. Okay, when one row is full, automatically it moves to the second row, right? So here one sample example is given. Let us see what is the sample example. So it is a panel. We will continue this panel program. Okay, if I, yes, okay, now let us see what it is happening. First you have to import two packages. If you are using with the swing components, then you definitely have to write import java.awt.star, import javax.swing.star. This package is compulsory, and applet tag is compulsory. As we know, in the applet we are passing the code value as a name of the class, right? And width and height is a browsers where the content has to be displayed, right? And now I am writing the name of the class. What is the name of the class? JLabel demo. What is the name of the class? JLabel demo. It extends JApplet. So this class inherits JApplet. JApplet indicates it is a swing component class, right? We are doing already swing components, hence we are using this JApplets. And now you are writing public void init method. Public void init method you are initializing. Now what you are initializing, we will see here. Okay, so what you are initializing? You are initializing container content pane. So you are initializing the container content pane, container object. What is the container object? Content pane. So you are is equal to get content pane. So by using this you are creating a content pane. Okay, content panel. Next you are creating an image icon. Now what you are doing? You are creating an image icon. So image icon class, you are declaring the object. What is the name of the object? II, image icon object. Okay, for image icon class you are creating the object name with double I is equal to new image icon france.gif. So in that icon it has to display the image as a france. Okay, and now you are creating one label, JLabel. This is the swing component, right? Hence we have to use JLabel JL. What is the name of the object of JLabel? JL. You are creating and you are using this france. What is the france? France is the text, right? France is the text or the label. It will be appear. And also you are passing II. What is II? Image icon. In the label only you are passing the text as a France with an image is also appear, and also you are specifying the label position as center, JLabel dot center. After that, all the creation of your image icon as well as the label, you have to add it to the container, right? To add the container you are using content pane dot add. Content pane dot add, you are adding JL. JL consists of text as well as image icon. Automatically it will add it. Here it ends the program. Here it ends the program. If you try to execute this program, then how to execute this program in the same path, right? So jlabel.demo.java, java c java jlabel.demo.java, and running. How to running? Now applet viewer JLabel demo.java. Okay, so in the same sense you have to run it. If you run, we are getting the window like this. Here the label France is appearing with the image is also appearing, right? Likewise, you can execute your components in your Java. This is a simple swing programs you are running in your component. Okay, I think the execution of a swing component is a little different than your applet. Please go through your part C program, part C third and fourth program. You can understand, right? In the next class, I will show the execution of this program and we will see how it will display the output. Okay, hope you understand this concept. We will meet in the next class. See you.